Well, maybe you are missing something. Long intro for the video, some random sound effects or outdated meme clips thrown in for no reason? Nope, none of that this time. This one is going to be a short and serious video without any goofiness. No goofiness this time, you hear me? But first, let me grab a bite of chocolate. I'm a little hungry. Fear not, friends, even my teeth are muscles. Come on, honestly, what were you even expecting? I mean, that's kind of my whole brand. I dug up a few forgotten quartz games from the depths of my treasure chest. Look at all this stuff. The order isn't random, the difficulty increases from left to right. The first one powers on and works perfectly. The next one doesn't turn on, but the screen looks fine and I'm guessing the PCB inside is okay too. So I think a simple battery swap should fix it. And for the last one, we will be performing a little surgery and stitching it back together. That sounds like a challenge, but when has that ever stopped me? They were originally promotional items in the US during the summer of 2003, included with Happy Meals. There were 6 versions in total, and I only have 3 of them, namely Knuckle Sucker, Sonic Action Game, and AiAi Banana Catch. The missing ones are Shadow Grinder, Sonic Speedway, and Tails Sky Patrol. I've tried to track them down through local groups and second-hand sites, but no luck so far. However, I did stumble upon something really fascinating. As the promotion went on, other games were released too, but the original series only reached Europe later on. That alone wouldn't be all that interesting, but here's the twist. Not only did it arrive later, but it also seems that different factories might have handled the molding process. The plastic casing sometimes has slightly different shades, and the button colors can vary completely. What's especially curious is that my AiAi Banana Catch is the German version. You can tell because the switch on the back is labeled Ein and Aus. I don't think that these details mean much. The factories probably just used whatever materials they had on hand at the time. But there's something else I'm a lot more curious about. Are the internal electronics the same in all of them? We will find out. In Knuckle Sucker, you play as the goalie. You can guard 3 positions and the balls come at you across 3 lanes. The challenge ramps up as more balls start flying in faster and faster, and occasionally you will get a curveball that changes its lane mid-flight. But since they only switch one time, once you get the hang of the pattern, it's actually pretty easy to beat. And judging by the graphics, it looks like Eggman himself is the one kicking the balls. A nice little detail. Now let's focus and let's move on. Nothing to be afraid of. Okay, I guess we are going to change the battery. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, take it out and blow on it. I know there's absolutely no scientific evidence to support. It worked! A little trick from the 90s. The best decade ever, right? Finally, some action. You just have to keep pressing one button to make Sonic jump between platforms and collect rings. Gotta go fast? Yes, that's the action in the Sonic action game. I use my unparalleled intellect to track down the rings. After this, if I ever can sleep, I'm not turning on the History channel. I'm pulling out this game instead. Get it together and let's get to work with this one. As promised, since this one's already taken apart, let's see if there's any difference in the electronics. I found a great little write-up about these devices on a site called PC Burn, and based on their video, putting it back together is a breeze. Unfortunately, there's not much excitement here. Electronically, it's identical to the other versions. Wait a second, I just realized PC Burn, like PCB. I love that wordplay! I bought a new screwdriver set so I can easily put the card game back together. Hey, it even comes with a driving bit, which basically means I could take apart my perfectly working mint condition DS, snap its ribbon cables during a reshell and ruin it. Maybe in another video. Anyway, while I'm putting the AiAi Banana Catch back together, I will talk about why I chose such a clunky name for my YouTube channel. We might be here for a while. I've always loved getting nostalgic and looking back on the good old days. People often say that time makes everything seem better, but honestly, I think I just had a really good childhood. As I've grown up, I look back fondly on pretty much every part of my life, even the moments that weren't perfect, that came with challenges or bad experiences. I've always considered myself a gamer, and I've always been more drawn to older games. The newer ones often don't hold my attention. Fancy graphics alone aren't enough to make a game truly fun. So most of the time I'd rather go back to older titles or the ones that somehow remind me of the past. Sometimes I pick up ones I've never played before just to experience a little piece of that era. Other times I revisit games I already know because it feels good to remember what part of my life I was in when I first played them and what feelings or memories are tied to those moments. It's something that always calms me down. It sort of recharges me. That's my little secret. Something still isn't right. Maybe the metal part got corroded somewhere else too, and it just can't get enough power from the battery. These wires also look pretty tight. Better be careful with them. Great. I don't have any cables or a soldering station at home, and of course it's Friday, so I can't even go to work to fix it. Ah, damn it. I really wanted to finish that video this week. Wait, hold on. There's a speaker. The soldered part is the speaker connection. Those two wires have nothing to do with how it works. What if I just put it back together again? I got this. Alright, hang tight guys. Maybe, just maybe. Alright, looks like we are done here. He's waking up. I actually have a really nice little memory about this game too. I used to play it back in first grade. It wasn't mine, it belonged to one of my classmates. Back then, McDonald's felt like this faraway, fancy thing for a kid growing up in a small town, and even a Happy Meal seemed kind of expensive. But I had some really cool classmates and they've always let me borrow it. It's pretty similar to the Knuckles one, don't you think? Just a bit of recoloring, a few tweaks here and there, and boom, you've got this version. I'm really curious whether the three missing ones were also quick reworks like this, or if they actually did something different with them. Well, we will find out once I manage to get my hands on them. They are listed quite a bit on foreign sites. Alright, for those of you who made it this far into the video, thanks a lot. And since you are still here, I keep reading everywhere that I should engage the audience by asking questions. So here goes. Which of these quartz games did you have? What's your favorite prime number? And does it bother you too that with the newer Happy Meal toys, the ones actually worth collecting, like the Pokemon cards, there are always those absolute peaks who buy out the whole stock, toss the food in the street, and try to scalp cardboard men for kids? So I guess there's only one thing left to say. The next video is coming in November. I found a great 3DS game. There will be a little do-it-why project to go with it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, bye!